Hi everyone, Vegano Inquebrantable here. I want to share with you my assessment and breakdown of an incredible but truly sad song. The song is called Potemkin City Limits by the band called Propagandhi. I love vegan music, vegan bands, vegan musicians, and vegan lyrics. As we all know, music is such a powerful tool to reach millions of people, and when it's vegan, that's amazing because that's a form of activism, a form of protest, and a form of education to reach a lot of ears to spread vegan knowledge. So, I am no music expert. This is my interpretation of the song. I am inclined to say that we can all learn from this song. It is so powerful and heartbreaking, but it's straight up vegan education. And that's why I say I think we can all learn from this. This is why I say this is an incredible song, yet it is also sad. I am giving credit to the band Propagandhi for crafting such a powerful lyric with extremely perfectly composed rock song. The skill, talent, and art competence that it takes to put something out like this that shakes your heart is unparalleled. This song is so heartbreaking. It is so cute. It is so uplifting, but it's so sad. And it's also a reality. The story that this song depicts is a true story. Like, this is reality for trillions of animals that are trapped in prison as slaves. So, everything about this song is true. It has happened many times. A baby animal escapes a slaughterhouse and is running into the world. This baby animal escaped prison, torture, and death momentarily. I use animalclock.org as my source, and that's going to be the reference that I refer to in regards to the data slash information that I provide in this video. And in animalclock.org, you can see how many animals are killed for food yearly in the United States. Okay, so the information that I provided here today is of the 2023 U.S. Animal Kill Clock, and that is how many animals have been killed for food this year in the United States. Please check out Farm Transparency Project at farmtransparency.org. That is the source of the information and data I provided in this video of the age of animals that are slaughtered. Okay, so that's what I use as my reference point. Farm Transparency Project. It's an incredible source and it provides a lot of information and knowledge for people that need to wake up and be vegan now.
Francis didn't give a fuck about the rollbacks. Overproduction reduced demand. Never gave much thought to the spirit contracts. In his short life, he'd only ever known panic, fear, pain, darkness, pandemonium. In this hell that was his home, man. Fourth quarter running expectations. Expedited their demise. The panic grew as the humans stopped among them. When the screaming began, Francis shut his eyes and felt the hand of the humanity brushed over him. But when the killers mattered for a moment, a blinding ray of light split across the floor. In a crimson pool, he saw his own reflection as he bolted for the door. Not just some fractured fairy tale, some I still cling to. The storylines that bridge the chasms between cognition and belief. Any old plausible denial that might offer some relief from the dissonance that Francis left screaming in his wake. Deep into the heart of the city's parklands, he made good his escape. And where for 5 months he ran free and replayed his only fond memory, just a warm and distant dream of his mother's loving eyes upon him. Francis made it farther than she did, a quarter mile just short of the city limits. They finally captured him, and there's a statue that the abbot's wall erected to remind us all of their contributions to me and Mike's Potemkin city limits. It's Francis casting bronze. Turn around, I'm gone. Not just some fractured fairy tale, although I wish that that were true. A fable far too real, but somehow still cling to.
All right, let's get into it. Francis didn't give a fuck about the rollbacks, the overproduction, the reduced demand. He never gave much thought to disputed contracts. I'm so glad that they used the name Francis to identify the animal in this song. Now, I did look it up. I don't know if Francis is the actual name that they gave to the animal that they are referring to in this song. I did research it and I could not find it. So I'm just going to take it and roll with it that they chose the name Francis. And I think that's cute. It could have been any name and I would have said it's cute. So we're going to go with that. Okay. So Francis is the animal, the main character of the song that escapes the slaughterhouse. Okay. And so my interpretation of verse 1 is, as an animal that is bred into slavery at a slaughterhouse, they do not know the human constructs of economics, right? They don't need to. Okay, so this animal Francis is in this slaughterhouse, and he doesn't give a fuck, about the rollbacks, the overproduction, and the demand, the supply chain, and this and that. He's a living being, and all he cares about is his well-being. In his short life, he'd only ever known panic, fear, pain, darkness, and pandemonium in the hell that was his home. All right, so for verse 2, it starts off with saying, in his short life. So, what do they mean by that? Is that animals that are in slaughterhouses and other exploitive industries, they are killed as babies. And unless you're a female, in which your genitalia gets taken advantage of, and they get abused and raped for them to produce more offspring to make more money. But I will get into that at another time. Um, so then the verse continues. He'd only ever known panic, fear, pain, darkness, and pandemonium in the hell that was his home. Animals that are kept in prison are seen as objects and production units. Therefore, their well being and their life does not matter because that doesn't provide economic prosperity to the industry, right? Therefore, they are treated like filth. So, all they know is panic, fear, pain, darkness, and pandemonium, like the song says. Verse 3. Fourth quarter earnings expectations expedited his demise. All right, so my interpretation to that is economics slash industry supply and demand dictate France's destiny. That is why it is important to be a vegan, because when you are a vegan, your money does not go to these industries of gore and abuse, right? As a vegan, you're supporting vegan establishments that do not partake in exploiting other living sentient beings for anything. Verse 4. The panic grew as the humans stalked among them. When the screaming began, Francis shut his eyes and felt the hand of inhumanity brush over him. What is being described here is the slaughterhouse workers are walking down the aisles to pick their next death victim. And in fear, the poor baby animal closes his eyes. Almost equivalent to when someone pretends they're going to punch you or come up and grab you, you flinch, you close your eyes. Verse 5. But his would-be killer's back turned for a moment, and a blinding ray of light spread across the floor. In a crimson pool, he saw his own reflection as he bolted for the door. Here they are saying the baby animal realized when she saw the blood all over the kill floor and saw her own reflection. Your mind can place a pig, a cow, a sheep, a goat, a duck, a chicken, a horse. I mean, you name it, because we humans, we have dominion over every animal. So as you're listening to this song, a certain animal will come into your mind. And then if the animal stays here, they will be executed like his brothers and sisters. So she sees an opportunity and she dashes out. Verse 6. Not just some fractured fairy tale, although I wish that were true. This is a fable far too real. How I interpret verse 6, not just some fractured fairy tale, although I wish that were true. This is a fable far too real. So let's go back to the fractured fairy tale part. What they mean by a fractured fairy tale is that in this song, we are obviously very happy for Francis and we're rooting for Francis that he escaped. And that's the fantasy that we all want. All of us vegans. We want every single animal that is being exploited and abused right now to find solace, find peace and safety. And we want all these cruel industries and these ghouls of people gone. And that's what we wish was true. We wish that every animal can escape. But we know that is not a reality. The verse ends with, this is a fable far too real. What that means is this song is real every second when you look at the numbers and what you see is going on in this non-vegan world. Verse 7. Yet we somehow still cling to the storylines that bridge the chasm between cognition and belief. My interpretation to this verse is people are conditioned to live through, quote, the out of sight, out of mind, end quote, philosophy, and believe in fictitious modalities to justify their participation in animal exploitation. Verse 8: any old, implausible denial that might offer some relief from the dissonance that Francis left screaming in his wake as deep into the heart of the city's parklands he made good his escape. Whew. My interpretation to verse 8 is very layered. I mean, their lyrics are so layered, and they, they go into so much depth. So, in continuous to the previous verse and my reaction to, and interpretation to verse 7, um, yes, so there's some glimpse of hope in the song because we can imagine Francis running into town. You know, Francis escaped the slaughterhouse, but there are trillions of others still trapped in prison and pending their death. Since every life matters, we are happy and thrilled for Francis, the baby animal, making his escape into town. Verse 9: and where for 5 months he ran free and replayed his only fond memory, just a warm and distant dream of his mother's loving eyes upon him. This verse or this line is so heartwarming, it's so heart-filling, it's so cute, but it's very sad. I imagine a happy pig running around, playing, basking in the sun, expressing himself naturally, right, as it should be in the city's parkland. So, in this particular case, Francis, I'm envisioning a piglet, okay? And this piglet is remembering his mom at birth, right? His only moment that he can actually express himself naturally was because he escaped the confinement of that torture prison, the slaughterhouse. Francis is basking in the sun, playing around in the grassland, possibly just chasing birds, a cute piglet, and then it dawns on him in his moment of happiness, his mother's loving eyes gazing upon him. Think about that for a moment. Most of these baby animals, they only see their mom at birth and then they are taken away, they are stolen away. That mom and child bond is neglected, it's impeded from them by these people. That's sad, man. That's very sad. Verse 10: Francis made it farther than she did. A quarter mile just short of the city limits, they finally captured him. Once again, this is a continuance of the previous verse. And just like it is all connected in this song, we obviously know that Francis' mother did not escape. Her destiny, her life was already dictated by these people, these non-vegan people, dude. Because in a slaughterhouse, pigs, they are kept in farrowing crates. They can't even move. And they have their piglets sucking their nipple for milk, and that's all they can do in these terrible conditions. In the dairy industry, female cows are raped. They are artificially inseminated by humans so they can get pregnant, start lactating, and then when they have their baby cow, the calf, is taken away by people, and then either the baby cow is sent to the veal industry where he's going to get tortured and killed for his flesh before 6 months of age. And if it's a female, they put her back into the industry and they wait till she's sexually mature to fucking rape her. And then if the mom is still healthy enough to produce milk, they'll use her body. The milk that was intended for her daughter is used for humans to drink it, which is disgusting. Oh yeah, and if that mother can't produce milk, they ship her off for meat and she gets slaughtered. Verse 11. There's a statue that the abattoir erected to remind us all of their contributions. So my interpretation to verse 11, after they say that Francis was caught in verse 10, um, this happens a lot. Cows, pigs, they'll escape the slaughterhouse, and then they'll be caught down the road or later in town. Um, so this is a good one, a good line because propaganda is being sarcastic here. So the slaughterhouse workers, these non-vegans, erected a statue as a symbol, as like a power move, right? Um, and this statue and symbol is showcasing that they will go to any length to kill their animals, you know. Um, but in their eyes, they're feeding the world. So that is how they are so-called contributing to society. Verse 12 and the final verse. To me, it marks Potemkin city limits, this Francis cast in bronze. Not just some fractured fairy tale, although I wish that were true. This is a fable far too real, yet we somehow still cling to. So my interpretation and reaction to verse 12 is this essentially sums it all up. And this is a great line. Um, so according to the dictionary, when you type in the definition of Potemkin on Google, Potemkin means having a false or deceptive appearance, especially one presented for the purpose of propaganda. All right, so the non-vegan industries, okay, animal agriculture in specific, thrive on deception. Okay, they thrive on lying to you and keeping you in the dark. Their marketing does not showcase the actual gore that occurs behind their walls. Okay, in order for you to have your piece of ham on your plate. That is why you see happy cows wanting to give you their milk, happy pigs in wallows wanting to give you their flesh, and free range chickens on the pasture wanting you to take their eggs and pluck their feathers. It is all a lie. That's a lie. It is smoke and mirrors. The industry is only going because if its fuel is out of sight, out of mind. Everything looks and appears fine on the outside, but behind the walls is a living hell for the animals. Propaganda, I love you. I love your music. Thank you so much for your work. Thank you so much for writing these incredible songs and playing amazing music. So keep doing what you're doing. You have my support, and I wish you the very best. Okay, so I love you, and I hope you don't mind that I used your Potemkin City Limits song to make this video. I'm with you, so thank you so much. Okay.